Imagine finding a treasure chest. No map, no name, no lock, just gold sitting there, over $1 trillion worth, and nobody knows who put it there. No key, no label, no explanation. This isn't fiction. This is real. This is Bitcoin. The person who created Bitcoin, Satoshi Nakamoto, owns roughly 1 million coins. At today's value, that's over $60 billion, more than the GDP of some countries. And yet, not a single coin has ever moved. No purchases, no transfers, no signs of life. No face, no voice, no identity, just silence. And here's the part that makes it even stranger. We don't even know if Satoshi is one person, a group of people, or perhaps something no one has even imagined. By the end of this video, you'll understand why this is the greatest financial mystery of our time and why it has fascinated millions around the world. To understand this, we have to go back to 2008, a year when the world seemed to be falling apart. Banks collapsed, homes were lost, savings wiped out, and jobs vanished overnight. Trust in financial institutions had crumbled. People were furious, asking themselves, how could a few institutions control all the money in the world? Then something extraordinary happened. On October 31st, 2008, Halloween, a 9-page document appeared online. It wasn't sent to the world, but to a small email list of cryptographers and computer scientists. It outlined an entirely new kind of money. Money without banks, without governments, without middlemen. It was signed by someone called Satoshi Nakamoto, a name no one had heard before. This wasn't just an idea, it was a blueprint, a meticulous step-by-step guide to creating a digital currency that could operate without any centralized authority. Imagine a notebook that records all transactions. Normally, a bank holds this notebook, and you trust the bank to keep it honest. Bitcoin changed that entirely. Instead of one notebook, everyone has a copy. Millions of copies, all identical, all public. Every single transaction is verifiable. You cannot cheat it, you cannot forge it. The system itself enforces trust. And in January 2009, Satoshi took the blueprint and built the first Bitcoin, the Genesis block, the very first 50 coins. And tucked quietly inside this block was a hidden message, a newspaper headline from that exact day, reading, "Chancellor on brink of second bailout for banks." That was not an accident. Bitcoin was born as a protest, a silent rebellion against the system that had failed millions of people. For the first year, Bitcoin was ignored by most. Only a handful of coders and early adopters paid attention. And then there was Satoshi, active online, communicating with the growing community, fixing bugs, guiding developers, answering questions, but always anonymous. Nobody ever met Satoshi. No photo, no call, no video, just messages. And the messages themselves created a mystery. Linguists and analysts noticed British spelling patterns, but timestamps suggested the person or people were rarely online during European waking hours. Who was behind the identity? A single genius, a team, or even a government experiment? People began to investigate, including journalists, cryptographers, and eventually authorities. In 2014, the hunt took a dramatic turn. Newsweek magazine claimed to have found Satoshi, a 64-year-old man named Dorian Nakamoto. Cameras followed him everywhere, reporters hounded his home, and the world seemed to have an answer. But he denied everything. "I am not involved in Bitcoin, leave me alone," he said. Then, in a twist worthy of a thriller, the real Satoshi reappeared online for the first time in years to post a simple statement, "I am not Dorian Nakamoto." And once again, the mystery deepened. Other suspects appeared, like Hal Finney, the first person to ever receive Bitcoin, who lived nearby and wrote in a style eerily similar to Satoshi, or Nick Szabo, who had proposed a digital currency concept called BitGold years before Bitcoin existed. Both denied being Satoshi, leaving only questions and speculation behind. Here's where it gets truly mind-blowing. Whoever Satoshi is, they mined roughly 1 million Bitcoin in the early days. Today, that fortune is worth tens of billions of dollars, enough to make them one of the richest individuals on Earth. And yet, in over 15 years, not a single coin has moved, not one. Think about that. A fortune larger than most countries' GDPs, sitting untouched, frozen in digital vaults with no signs of life. Why? There are three possibilities. One, Satoshi is alive, watching and waiting for the perfect moment. Two, Satoshi is gone and the private keys are lost forever. Three, Satoshi never cared about money at all. The mission was the idea, the revolution, not the reward. In 2021, a man named Craig Wright publicly claimed he was Satoshi. The world reacted. Wait, really? But there was one undeniable way to prove it: move a single coin. He never did. Courts examined his claims in multiple countries and found evidence of forgery. He was not Satoshi, and once again, the mystery remained unsolved. But here's the twist. Maybe it doesn't matter. Bitcoin was designed to be independent of its creator. No CEO, no headquarters, no off switch. Bitcoin built something that could survive, evolve, and thrive without them, and it has. So who owns Bitcoin? The answer is both no one and everyone. The creator remains unknown, the original coins remain untouched, and the network continues to grow stronger each day. Perhaps anonymity was the final step in the design, a safeguard against corruption. Think about it. The wealthiest anonymous entity in history never touched their fortune, not once. Either they're incredibly patient, gone forever, or they never cared about money at all. And yet, Bitcoin still thrives, challenging financial systems, spreading worldwide, and revolutionizing how people think about money. Maybe, just maybe, that was the plan all along. If this story blew your mind, make sure to subscribe, because next week we'll explore a new question. Could Bitcoin ever fully replace traditional money? And one more thing, who do you think Satoshi really is? Drop your theories in the comments below.